guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought it'd be fun or interesting to talk about my life with cerebral palsy, being in my mid-20s, being in my 20s in general, because I know like my life with cerebral palsy is different than it was when I was a kid or when I was a teenager. And yeah, so while cerebral palsy is not progressive, so it doesn't get worse over time, that doesn't mean like my cerebral palsy hasn't like changed a little bit, and like I have had like new challenges and things like that. Like I would definitely say, like I know like a few years ago I had some like a little trouble with my leg, and I know for me specifically I need to be active. I need to like make an effort to move my body to do that, because if I don't, then that won't be good. You know, with my cerebral palsy, I would get tight, my muscles would get tight, especially with my arms since that's the weakest, but also like my leg. Like I think the reason why I had some trouble a couple years ago was because during that time, like I wasn't as active. That was when it was like COVID and I didn't have basketball, and I was used to, you know, playing basketball every season, every year, and then I didn't, so that didn't help as well. So yeah, the one thing I have realized as I've gotten older and, you know, in my 20s, is I really need to keep moving my body, especially, you know, my right side of my body, because if I don't, then I do have a risk of my arm being permanently stuck in a position and I won't be able to move it. So that's not good. My mom reminds me of that like all the time. So that is something I'm trying to make an effort in. I have noticed like my arm is a little stiffer, and I do need to stress it a lot more, and I should. I have like a bad habit, like even right now, like I need to, because I can tell when it's tight, and you know, it can definitely get like annoying. I feel like going back to when I was like in school and I was a kid, and even like middle school and high school, like I had OT, I had these therapies, and when you get older and you are not in school, like, you have graduated high school, yeah, you don't have OT. Like, there's not as many services. I will say I am lucky that where I live there are services for me, and I got, you know, services when I got into college, when I went to college. And actually the main reason, the number one reason I decided that I wanted to try to live on my own or live on campus at my college was because I knew I was going to get services that would help me. If I didn't, then I would not have tried living on campus, because it was just such a scary like time, and I just didn't know if I could do it. Now, I will say the services are not like the most amazing thing, but you know, when is anything perfect? Like I feel like it's better than nothing. And yeah, I'm so grateful that, like, you know, I still have services to this day, but of course they're different than when I was younger, when I was a kid. I feel like a lot of times when people think of cerebral palsy, they think, oh, that's what kids have, but I think it's important to remember that the kids who have cerebral palsy will become adults, so like they won't be young forever. And you know, it's so important to, you know, think about, you know, adults who have cerebral palsy. But one of the things I want to try to focus more is finding my independence and what exactly that means to me. And I know it may mean something different to me than, you know, other people, and that's okay. I know, you know, people have their expectations about me, people in my life, and it can get frustrating, and I'm the type of person that I like to prove people wrong. It gets annoying when people assume things about me, so I just like to prove them wrong. And at this point in my life, and what I'm trying to do is like not focus on proving people wrong, because at the end of the day, it's not really my problem. If someone assumes I can't do something or just like made assumptions about me in general, that's their problem. It has nothing to do with me. It says a lot more about them, and you know, they can believe that. Like honestly, at this point, I'm not going to put the energy in trying to accomplish something or trying to do something just so I can show them oh, you're wrong. Because, you know, I have other things I should be putting my energy to. And I think for so long, especially in my early 20s, I was just focusing on proving everyone wrong. And a lot of it was in college and, you know, graduating college and graduating with honors. Like, I worked so hard to do that because I wanted to prove people wrong. And just like these people I'm trying to prove wrong, like, I'm never gonna see them again. So like, why does this matter? That's something I really am focusing on right now in my 20s, is just like being okay with like not caring so much about what people think of me and their expectations. Back when I was in college, I was like 20 or 21 years old. Around that time, someone told me, and I'm not gonna name the person, but someone told me right in front of me that I was not a gout because I didn't live on my own, and I also was not in a relationship. Someone literally told me that, and that hurt so much. Because at the time, like, yes, I wasn't living like completely on my own in an apartment, but I was living on campus. And that was something I was so proud of myself, because for so long I thought I wouldn't be able to, and I did that. And it was just like, the fact that someone would say that, like, obviously I know that is 1,000,000,000% not true. And if you have ever dealt with something similar to that, like, literally, just ignore them. Like, that is something, like, that has everything to do with them. Like, nothing to do with you. And that's what I realized. The fact that someone would say that is just beyond me, and it's frustrating, but it's one of those things that I'm just like, oh, I need to prove them wrong. But like, looking back, I'm just like, I don't need to prove that person wrong. I just need to focus on myself and just focus on my goals and where I am right now, and not them. What they think of me doesn't matter at the end of the day. Also, it's frustrating when people say that to me as well, because it's just like, you have no idea what it's like to be me. You have no idea what it's like to have cerebral palsy. I feel like in my life there is two expectations that I see. There's the ones where people never expected me to go to college or graduate, or they don't expect me to ever live on my own and have that independence, or they don't expect me to get married or any of that. And then there's the people who I feel like are like, okay, like, what are you doing? Like, you should have already got married, already, you know, live on your own. What are you doing? And just like, okay. I also feel like I've been struggling with the fact that I do feel like I'm behind, that I do feel like, oh, I should already have gotten married. Like, I already should have, you know, live on my own. And like, what am I doing? But I have to remember, and if you are struggling with this too, try to remember that, like, we are all on our own paths. No one is ahead of each other. You're not behind. I got made to believe by other people, and also I guess myself, that I was behind, that I am behind, that I should not be where I am. Like, what am I doing? But no, like, where I am right now is where I'm supposed to be, and I have goals. Of course I have goals that I'm working towards, but I'm not going to worry and stress myself out that I haven't accomplished them already and I'm behind, and like, I should already have done this by now. I'm trying my best right now where I am to be okay where I am, and to know that it's not like good to compare. Like, it's so hard. Like, I know it's so hard to look, especially like on social media, and being like, oh my goodness, like, wow, like, this person has done this, and then look at where I am and being like, well, I haven't done that. Is there something wrong with me? But like, no, there's not. And yeah, so that's something I've been struggling with, and I'm just trying my best to not compare my life with other people and just be happy where I am today. I'm here to say, where you are right now is where you're meant to be, and everything will work out. We just gotta trust You just gotta have the faith. Everything will work out. I'm just trying to focus on my goals and not worry about like the future and the unknown. Like that's something I'm so like, it scares me, honestly. It scares me so much to just not know like certain things, to not know if I'll ever get married, if like I'll ever be able to live on my own. Like, do I believe I can live on my own? Yes, I believe that. With accommodations, with, you know, a little help, like, yes, I believe I can live on my own. Another thing I've been struggling with is, you know, finding or like having the freedom to go places, because that really is like a big obstacle for me, is not being able to just like go out in the world, and that impacts a lot of things. That impacts like, you know, getting a job. Honestly, like if I can't go out, like how am I ever gonna get a job and be able to get to where I'm working, or even like my social life? Like I can't just like text one of my friends and be like, okay, like let's hang out. Like it's not as easy as that, and that's been something I've been struggling with a lot. If you've been around my channel for a while, you would know I try my best to not let CP stop me from anything. Of course, it can be hard because like at CP, having cerebral palsy is challenging, but I try to not let it get to me. And I feel like I have done a good job. I feel like over time it has gotten better for me, just like, you know, living with cerebral palsy. I feel like, you know, throughout middle school, like when I was younger, like I struggled a lot. I really was insecure about my arm, my right arm, since that is what, you know, CP impacts me the most. And to this day, like I feel like I just have, you know, more confidence in just being who I am and not wanting to change that. Of course, I saw my days, and I saw, you know, days where I guess like with my arm was normal, but that's okay, that's normal. Like we're all gonna have that. Like I cannot change my arm, so you know, why think about it if you can't change it? And that's what I try to tell myself. I feel like this whole video is honestly me trying to talk to myself to like kind of like a therapy session for me. Be like, okay, you're doing fine, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, like everything is fine, everything is fine. But yeah, there's definitely things that I have, you know, struggled with throughout, you know, my 20s, you know, challenges, and definitely I guess like finding my place in the world. Like honestly, I still really don't know. like I don't know. Like I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. The only thing I knew was I love math, so that's why I got my bachelor's degree in math. But now I'm just like, what now? Anyway, I feel like this video is all over the place. But I hope you enjoy it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Hope you have an amazing day. Bye.